What will happen when a dog appears at the church every day, quietly sitting in the corner? At first, the visitors think it belongs to a regular churchgoer. But when the priest decides to investigate the dog's story, he uncovers a surprising truth that changes everything for both the dog and the community. Once upon a time, in a small town near Brindisi, there was a little church that welcomed everyone who came by. At first glance, it seemed like any ordinary church, but it had a special secret. Among the regular visitors was a dog, a quiet companion who would wander in during services and leave once the prayers were done. This dog was different from others. It didn't come with an owner, it came alone. Every day, it would stroll into the church, find a cozy corner, and watch everything with its big, kind eyes. People didn't know where it came from or where it went after the service, but it always behaved well, never causing any trouble for the worshippers or the priest. Even though the dog was calm and gentle, there was something sad about it. Its ears drooped, and it often stared at a certain spot in the church, as if it were deep in thought. Some churchgoers found this strange and whispered that the dog might see spirits. But the priest saw something else. He understood that the dog carried a heavy heart, reflecting a longing for something lost or missing in its life. The dog appeared thin and weak, its fur messy and dull, far from the shiny coat of a healthy dog. It looked like it had been homeless for a long time, likely searching for scraps of food to survive. The priest sensed that the dog was looking for warmth, shelter, and companionship, but he felt an even stronger urge. This dog needed help, though he wasn't sure what kind. After one heartfelt sermon, the priest gathered a few parishioners to share his worries. He talked about the dog's sad condition and how it seemed to be searching for something. Maybe kindness, love, or even a home. The parishioners were touched by the priest's words and agreed to lend a hand. They all believed the dog deserved a chance for a happy life. As they approached the dog, it looked up with curiosity instead of fear. It was clear this creature wasn't aggressive. It simply seemed interested in the presence of these kind-hearted people, ready to give it the love and care it had been missing. The first step was to clean the dog, which had not been bathed in a long time. They gently washed its fur, and as they did, the dog wagged its tail for the first time. This simple act of care made the dog feel happier and more alive. While washing the dog, the priest suddenly remembered seeing this dog before, but he couldn't recall where. He pushed that thought away and focused on making sure the dog felt safe and loved. Once the dog was clean, they decided to take it to the veterinarian for a complete checkup. The priest found an old leash from when he had a dog. To their surprise, the dog accepted the leash without any fuss and seemed to enjoy the attention. It walked calmly alongside the group all the way to the vet, feeling more secure than ever. At the clinic, the dog stayed calm during the examination. The vet quickly returned with good news. Despite being homeless, the dog was in reasonably good health. They also checked for a microchip to find its owner, but sadly, there was none. This felt like another disappointment for the group. As they walked back to the church, they passed a small store when a boy suddenly ran out, spotting the priest with the dog. "Brad!" the boy shouted, rushing to hug the dog tightly. The priest was confused and asked the boy why he called the dog that name. The boy explained that the dog belonged to an elderly woman named Maeve, who lived nearby. Maeve had passed away a few months ago, leaving Brad without a home. The priest felt a wave of understanding wash over him. He recognized the dog now. It had belonged to Maeve, a cherished member of the community. To confirm his thoughts, the priest led Brad to Maeve's old house. As they approached, Brad tugged on the leash, eager to reach the door. Once there, he sat down, staring at the house with bright, hopeful eyes, clearly connected to the place that once felt like home. The priest felt a tug at his heart. To confirm his thoughts, he went back to the church and looked through old surveillance footage from the last 6 months. As he scanned the videos, he finally found what he was searching for. On the day of Maeve's funeral, Brad had followed her coffin into the church. The priest hadn't noticed him because the space was crowded and he was focused on the service. In the footage, Brad sat in his usual spot, gazing longingly at Maeve's coffin as if he understood that his beloved owner was gone forever. The priest rewound the video and saw more moments of Brad with Maeve during her visits to the church. The loyal dog would walk her to her favorite pew and patiently wait in the back until she was ready to leave. Tears filled the priest's eyes as he realized how deep Brad's loyalty was. Each day, the dog returned to the church, hoping to reunite with Maeve, who would never come back. Feeling a strong connection to Brad, the priest knew he couldn't replace Maeve, but he could give Brad a new home filled with love and safety. He vowed to care for the dog. Brad's presence in the church brought comfort to everyone. Many were inspired by his loyalty and strength, which reminded them how important love and companionship are in overcoming life's struggles. The priest often watched as parishioners stopped to pet Brad, sharing joyful moments that brightened their day. As the seasons changed, so did life for Brad and the priest. They faced storms together and celebrated sunny days, growing closer with each passing moment. Brad became a symbol of hope in the community, showing that even after loss, love can heal broken hearts. One chilly winter evening, the church held a special service to honor Maeve and all those who had passed away. The parishioners gathered to light candles in memory of their loved ones. Brad sat at the front, his head held high, as if he understood the importance of the occasion. After the service, the priest shared stories about Maeve and how her love continued to touch the community through Brad. Everyone felt her warm spirit, as if she were there, smiling down at her loyal companion. Brad was more than just a dog. He connected the past and present. His story of love and loyalty taught the town about kindness, strength, and the special bond between humans and animals. Years later, when the priest thought about his journey with Brad, he felt thankful. Brad had not only filled the void left by Maeve, but also brought the community together. Their home became a place full of love, laughter, and friendship. That's all for today. Now, it's your turn to share your thoughts about this story. What's the next story you'd like to know? Let us know in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of these amazing videos on The Wild Wonder.